Hi, Schmiedeke, Divorce Simplified. We are going to cover the Texas Standard Possession Order for February of 2022. And at the end, I'm going to do a little bit extra and talk about a question I got via the comments on YouTube about how to establish what a weekend possession is. Here is our visual representation of what the month of February looks like. We are going to have our Thursdays for the non-custodial parent on February 3rd, February 10th, February 17th, and February 24th. In addition, you will have the first and third Friday of the month, which would be February 4th and February 18th. The only caveat to this month that makes it a little bit unusual is that we have President's Day, and check your school's calendar, but I would bet money that your school is out on President's Day. So a little bit extra about that. Okay, so this is an excerpt from a standard possession order. This involves my favorite couple, John and Jane Jones, who are getting divorced. Jane Jones is the non-custodial parent. John Jones is the custodial parent in this scenario, so Jane has visitations. So this is the weekend possession extended by a holiday provision. So review your order, and you should have this in your order if you have a standard possession order. If you do not have this in your order, then you do not have a standard possession order. But the portion that we are concerned about is this portion right here, because for the month of February, we have President's Day, which is going to be a student holiday. So, except as otherwise expressly provided in this possession order, meaning if there's something else in the possession order that overwrites this, so be it, but typically there is not. If a weekend period of possession by Jane Jones ends or is followed by a student holiday or teacher in-service day that falls on a Monday, which we know that President's Day does, during the regular school term, as determined by the school in which the child is enrolled, or we know would be enrolled if your child is not of school age yet, or a federal or state holiday that falls on a Monday during the summer months, so you're talking about 4th of July, something like that, when school is not in session, that weekend period of possession shall end at 6 p.m. on that Monday. So when you are looking back at the calendar for February, you are seeing that the possession is then going to end at 6 p.m. on this day. All right, unless you have a different transfer provision time, which if it's returned to school and that's your transfer provision, then you're going to return to school on Tuesday the 22nd in the morning. So just look at what your transfer provisions say, but that is why the non-custodial parent day extends into the 21st. So as an addition to a discussion this month of what the visitation schedule looks like, I also wanted to talk about how you determine the first, third, and fifth weekends. I had a comment on one of my YouTube posts regarding that, and I wanted to go over that a little bit with you. All right, so the final point I want to get to on the standard possession calendar is I had a comment from a woman who said, Chris, isn't the first, third, and fifth weekends begin on January 1st, the 15th, and the 29th? I'm confused as to why you said the 7th and the 21st. And I think that's an important point to make, and I think it's a very good question. Don't get confused about first, third, and fifth weekend. That is not the language. The language is the first, third, and fifth Friday. So if I'm looking at this, the first weekend of the month is January 1st and January 2nd, but that is not going to be the visitation for the weekend, right? It is the first, third, and fifth Fridays. So if I'm looking here, the first Friday of the month is the 7th. That is the weekend period of possession under a standard possession order. The third Friday of the month, 1, 2, 3, is January 21st, which makes the third weekend of the month. You follow me? So what that means is, let me go back over here and I want to show you that provisions. On weekends that occur during the regular school term, beginning at 6 p.m. on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th Friday. Friday, it doesn't say the 1st, 3rd, and 5th weekend. It says the 1st, 3rd, and 5th Friday. So this is another important point under a standard possession order. The words that are used are super important. Okay, so you have to know the wording that's used, and sometimes the words that aren't used are super important, if you follow me, right? So this says on weekends that occur during the school term. This says on weekends that do not occur during the school term. So what does that mean? When they're out of school. That means summers. That means weekends go through the summers. Weekends that do not occur during the school term, right? But look at Thursdays. On Thursdays of each week during the regular school term, right? That's it. Do you see anything in there that says what happens on Thursdays that are not during the school term? You do not. And the reason for that is because Thursdays don't continue in the summers. That's how you tell. So the words that are in there are important. The words that are not in there are important. All right, so you have, there's your discussion on February and what the standard possession order looks like. A little education on how you determine what a 1st, 3rd, and 5th weekend looks like. If you like what I'm doing and you want to see more of this kind of stuff, you can go down here and click the like button and you can subscribe. And every time I post a video, you will get an update that it's been posted. Next month, we're going to talk about March. Obviously, standard possession order. That is a pretty important month because we are rolling up on the notice provisions for the extended summer possession. So you're probably going to want to tune in for that one. So I will talk to you next month.